Yeah, off on my weekly bus ride, and already the dogs are gone berserk. It's one of those days. Actually, one down the road was going crazy. So this place is up for sale. Oh, yeah, I saw that one advertised, about $330 I think they want for it. So, yeah, another place in the market, no big surprise there. Yeah, that's what's predicted to be a lot more places on the market in a place like Sydney coming up soon. The prices down there is absolutely absurd. Anyway, I'm just heading up to Smithfield, and this time I'm going to play chicken across the Cook Highway because I've got to go to Bunnings. Got a few things I want to get there. I've got to get that water filter because I'm just getting a constant drip from the tap in the kitchen, so that's not good. So the filter did prevent that, but it just reduced the flow so much that it made it useless. So hopefully a new one might enable me to stop the flow, the dripping, and also provide a little bit of filtering, because occasionally you'll find these little black pieces of material in the water when I'm actually what's this guy doing behind me? I wish he'd make a decision. He just kept loitering. Yeah, so that basically occasionally getting these flecks of black little particles in the water itself since I've removed the filter, so it was actually doing something. But if that doesn't work, I'll have to get a couple of washers in and see if I can replace the washers in the tap, because it's dripping way too much. It's a fairly rapid drip. It's not as bad as the hot water flow I had earlier in the bathroom, and I don't think it's a hot water drip anyway. I think it's just water, but yeah, it's all, my water bill's going to be going up a bit because I'm watering the garden every day, so I'm expecting that to be an added expense. Depending on how much it goes up, I might consider getting myself a water tank. Also, just make sure that I'm covered for drought periods. I think it'd be a sensible move, because you just don't know if the wet season's going to be wet, and if it isn't, then the chances are we're going to be in a position where you may have to just water your garden using buckets or whatever. So that wouldn't be much fun if you've got a decent sized place like I have. Good exercise, I guess, but not something you want to be doing, especially in summer. Mind you, I'm getting plenty of good exercise, having to build those mounds and plant put big plants in the trees, in the ground, I should say. The trees. Yeah, that creates a bit of sweat. I feel a bit sweatier lately. I mean, it is warming up a little bit, so we could be in for a really bad summer, who knows. But obviously the humidity's a bit high. You can see there's a lot of clouds in the sky at the moment, so yeah. Oh, the dog here hasn't gone crazy yet. Maybe it was a temporary dog. Maybe he was just looking after someone else's dog. Or maybe it's just in the backyard. Nope, hasn't gone off. So, well, that's a bonus. That's good for a start. Yeah, so Murphy's don't have this special on the gin. They've gone back to their normal price, about $48. But I can get it for $42 at Liquorland locally, so that's what I'll do. It just means I've got to buy some, get the Indian tonic water. Get the tonic, well, I don't call it Indian tonic water anymore, I just call it tonic water. Everything's so PC. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I looked up composting palms. Actually, apparently the magic ingredient is water. The more moisture you put with your other compost with the palms, the better chance you've got them decomposing. Otherwise, it could take 50 years, and obviously that's unacceptable because of the fibrous nature of the damn things. Yeah, they're real pains. I mean, they're dangerous as well. If you've got a big tree, those seed pods, that was literally a danger to my health. Oh, I'm here pretty early. I'm not there that early. I think it's just a little late, the bus. But anyway, it's just going past now. Yeah, they are potentially a danger to you, a lot worse, a lot higher danger than COVID, I would think. That you live in a house with those huge seed pods above you, just don't know when they're going to fall, and if you're just the wrong place, the wrong time, there's no vaccine to help you out there. I'll tell you, you're basically a goner. And that could have happened to me. That was part of a seed pod fell, and that had enough weight that would have caused a fatality from that distance if it had hit you in the head. So not good. So I'm glad that's gone, and I'm glad I'll substitute it for fruit trees. I can handle a few lemons falling on my head. I think I'll survive that, or limes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Actually, the sour sops are fairly large. The fruit on that one, if that fell from a decent height, you might be in a bit of strife. It's a decent sized fruit, but at least it's a fruit and you can eat it. Whereas the bloody palm seed pods, they're just basically ways of getting more of those damn palms, which is what I don't want. Anyway. Yep, so the bus should be here in a few minutes. Yeah, it's a shame I have to go. I forgot to do that. I was going to check the timetable to see if you can connect to the Palm Beach bus, because it's more direct. It saves you going through Trinity Beach, but I don't think you can. I don't think it's hard to coordinate the buses anyway. Once a bus driver did advise to jump onto the other bus, but I don't think it's scheduled. I don't think they've coordinated the schedules, but I might be wrong there. I was meaning to look that up, so unfortunately I forgot. So when I get back, hopefully I'll remember. Look, ideally I think the bus route should be that Kawara Beach should be the beginning of the Northern Beaches bus routes going through Clifton Beach and Palm Cove. That would be more logical, because there's just not that much traffic here. Not that much. There's a hell of a lot for Trinity though. Well, I've got all the shopping done on this side, okay. And also the getting the medication was fine. The trouble is it's a little overcast, so I've got to go to Bunnings, but the weather isn't looking great. No, it could be looking worse. It's not that bad. Maybe I should just put the umbrella in my other bag and get across there. It could be worse. It's not too bad. I really do want to get these steaks for the tomatoes. Get some more Yates pyrethrum concentrate, and the water filter. I can't get that at Woolworths. I asked them, they don't have it. So look, actually it doesn't look too bad. I think I'll do it. Actually, right now would be a perfect time. There's no traffic going along. Oh well, by the time I get over there, it'll be chockers with traffic again, no doubt. But it's the only real shortcut to get to Bunnings. You've got to cross the main road. I think there's someone going across it now, I think. I may be wrong. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic now though. Yeah, there's someone walking along the footpath. Anyway, I'll give it a go. Hopefully I'll survive. Across the Rubicon, the other side of Cook Highway. Even at a non-busy time, it's a lot of traffic here. I hate to think it was like peak hour. It's not good, but as you can see, Bunnings is right over there, so it's the only easy way to get there. And there's a couple of things I've got to get from Bunnings I just can't get elsewhere anyway. So if we're in a place like Malaysia, they would have had walkways across, connecting one part of a shopping centre to another. But or Thailand for that matter. But not in Australia. So yeah, it's a pretty ordinary situation. So hopefully at some stage the fingers will be loose and I'll actually spend some money and cater to pedestrians as well. Actually, every time I've been to Bunnings, it's been overcast. There's Trinity Beach over in the distance, in the mist. You see the little hump, little hill. Well, I'm going to walk up to Liquorland. Normally I'd take the bike. I mean, it's probably not going to rain, but I thought I wouldn't take the risk. Gives me the chance of doing a vlog, I guess. That's good. I've got a helicopter up there. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get a $42 bottle of Beefeater, which is marked as the special for Liquorland, but the trouble is it's not for all Liquorland stores. It's only certain ones that actually stock it, and they may not here. It's very annoying because I was told in Smithfield they don't have it in the actual shopping centre. They don't have it on shelves at all. It just doesn't sell it according to them. I got a similar story from Trinity Beach when I was staying there a few months back from the manager. So I'll try Kawara. I mean, I'll probably end up having to buy a bottle of red. I mean, that's okay. But yeah, I'll just see how I go. Yeah, I got the filter for the tap in the kitchen, and that attached fine, and it sort of gave a sort of a soft flow of water, quite a strong flow of water, so it didn't really affect that. Trouble is the drip is still there, and so what I hadn't bought was washers. I should have actually done that at the same time. I've changed washers before. I don't think it's that difficult to do. As long as you've got a shifter and a screwdriver, you should be able to do it. But yeah, it's just a constant drip. It's annoying. I mean, it doesn't cost a great deal, I suppose. I mean, what's worse is actually when the cisterns don't switch out. That's probably where you'll be using a lot more water because it's a constant flow of water, and that just happened before. So I've got older toilets, and that's another issue with older toilets. Sometimes the cisterns will jam, and it'll just keep trying to fill, and they'll be using up a lot more water than a constant drip. So yeah, got a few maintenance issues there, but I should have. I don't know why I didn't buy the bloody washer. It was stupid of me. Oh, it was nice. Neighbour walked past, presumably a neighbour anyway, and they said hello. A lot don't, so that was good of them. Yeah, I didn't actually. I was hoping that the bus driver might have stopped early today, but not possible because there's another person on the bus. It's very unusual for me to have someone actually. There's only a couple more stops after this one for the end of the route, and there was I think it was a guy there with his daughter who's in school uniform, just a young daughter, and they got off after me, so I had to get off at the right stop, which is a bit of a pain because I had 10 of those tomato steaks, wooden steaks, the hardwood steaks that I'd bought at Bunnings, so they weighed a little bit, so that wasn't ideal, but didn't matter. Anyway, I'll can't always get chauffeur service here, and it's not part of the normal deal anyway, so I can't complain. But I've missed out a few times lately, and not having as much luck with the bus drivers as I used to. So I've got to think about starting the stout happening too. I've got a few projects now. I've got a stack of pots, so I've got a lot of seeds to plant, and I've got to a couple of plants to put into the ground too. So yeah, quite a bit to do. It always is. It's never ending with a house. You don't have to be super creative to find something that needs to be done. Another barking dog. They're bored off their heads, probably because the people that own them are at work or something and they're not around. They're just by themselves and they've got nothing to do. Wouldn't be much fun. Now, apparently Joe Biden supports slumping in the polls, which is not surprising. I don't think he was ever as popular as they're trying to make out anyway. The evidence on the ground would say otherwise. He could never pull a crowd. The dementia's only going in one direction, so we're not going to get any better as time goes on. So, and his policies really suck. He has no control over the southern border. We're very lucky in Australia that we've got ocean borders. But going on the polls, chances are Labor's in with a real shot at the next election here. Now that could be pretty bad long term, because I think, you know, as usual, when they're in, the borders generally aren't as tight as they should be. So that will occur again. But not that I think Morrison's covered himself in glory. I think he could have done a lot better job as Prime Minister. I think his greatest failing is allowing the states to ride roughshod over him with this COVID stuff. He should have been a real hard ass and laid down the law using money, because the federal government does have the purse strings and they could have really forced the issue a lot more, in my opinion. But anyway, he didn't do it, and his popularity is slumping. So I'm not surprised. He might pick up a bit of support when the election's actually occurring, because Albo's not the most inspiring guy on earth. So, but the problems in Australia are tiny compared to what America's facing. America has got the real prospect of splitting up. States like Texas may well go their own way. I've said this before, and I think it's actually November when they got elections there, so that'll be interesting. It's getting close. It's October tomorrow. So things are changing. Actually, I could have caught that bus. I've got a bus ticket. I could have got it. Oh, that's dumb of me. I could have just... I've got a valid ticket. I didn't have to walk all the way to the shops. I could have got a trip down to the shops. So, dumb me. Oh well. Exercise is good, I guess. Yeah, I've got a daily ticket on me. So, another advantage of walking over bike riding, I guess. Well, as predicted, there was no Beefeater at the local Liquorland, although I've got to say the girl behind the counter, she was great. She actually rang up Clifton Beach and confirmed that they've still stock it there, so it's going to be on special for another 2 weeks apparently, so that's good. So I bought myself a $13 bottle of Cab Sav, which is not more than I'd usually spend. I'd probably be about 10 max I get at Liquorland, but they didn't seem to have anything on special. So it's a different variety, so what the hell. Yeah, I wanted to have something to quaff tonight, so that's good. I might do the big bike ride tomorrow to Clifton Beach. We'll see how it goes, because there's also some root vegetables and stuff I want to get, so I want to do a bit of shopping at Coles, so seeing I didn't do the bike ride today, tomorrow could be perfect. Presumably the weather might be a little better too. Well, we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having a, I bought the tonic water, so now I've really just got to get the gin. So I'm halfway there. I've got 2.5 bottles of tonic water. I tend to go through a fair bit with a bottle of gin. To be comfortable, I need to have 2 bottles, so I've got excess of that. But I wouldn't mind having a G&T tonight, but a red wine would be good too. I won't have beer. I've had enough beer lately with all my home brew, so it'd be nice. And I had I had a couple of Great Northern schooners when I was at Yorkie's boat club bar. That was very pleasant, very pleasant. Wouldn't mind going back there, and I could try out the courtesy bus and give you a report on it. I don't know if they're too keen to pick up individuals though. They'd probably rather have couples or groups, but I can only ask. So I don't know how to make it cost effective, they'd have to be picking up a few people at once, one would think. I couldn't imagine that there's no any way that they could justify picking up one person from, say, Kawara all the way to Yorkie. It doesn't make sense. That's why I think if you do that, you have to be prepared to wait a bit, and getting home could be very problematic too. So that's the other thing about it. It sort of does strand you there, and I don't know if I like the sound of that. So yeah, it's not ideal, but it is a good money saver, I guess. It does give you that option of getting home at least, which is the hardest thing to do. You really only got a taxi as the only viable option, I guess. The buses just don't run frequently enough. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.